Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Cold Steel 2. We are still in the Legram area and there is one more thing I want to check before we are going to a new region. Trying to talk to everyone again, trying to find more quests to do and stuff like that. And that is, I want to see how close I can get to Garrelia. It's not only because I'm wondering where will I be stopped, but also I know there are a few students out there trying to protect people here by going over the highway. I'm hoping that somewhere along the line we're gonna come across them and maybe we can talk to them. Maybe they have some quest for us to do or whatever, but I thought it was well worth a check, so I'm already on my way to get over to that area. So let's see. We are at least not being stopped, so will there be anything here for us to do? Well, we do have the shrine entrance, which might also be a nice thing to check, even though I suppose we should get like a warning if there's something to do in the shrine. Alright, didn't expect that monster to be chasing us, cause every other single one just runs from us in plain fear. That's okay. Even if they attack us, we'll be fine. Okay, so now we're close to the Garrelia side. Still haven't seen anything too specific. But this is going to be a nice one to track. So I want to go by the fishing spot. This way leads to Garrelia. I think we'd best not get any closer. Aww. So we can't get to the fishing spot. Well, for the rest of the area we have walked around it. There are no indicators of any people there, or else there would have been some on the map. So I think that's clear enough for us that we can move over to a new region. So we've done Legram. Well, we technically did also Ymir. We checked the area around there thoroughly as well. So let's get back to the Courageous and see where we can go next.
Where do you want to go?
I don't know. Let's see. So we have Garrelia Fortress, which might be very interesting. We've got Zender Gate, and of course Lake Lacrima, which is basically where I want to go to last, because there is a mandatory quest there that's very specific, and the area itself is extremely big, because there's a lot of area for us to cover, a lot of things to watch, including the watchtower. So there's plenty for us to do. So I'm thinking of going to Garrelia Fortress first and have a look around there. And also this is a smaller area, so we should be easier to get through as well. And leaving the big old place of Lacrima Lake for last, of course, after Zender Gate. Alright, let's go. Yes, let's go to the ruins and then to the proving grounds.
Full speed ahead!
Yes, full speed. The momentous battle here we had. The one where I lost the AP points. I still remember it clearly. So Garrelia Fortress Proving Ground, and that is Garrelia by road. That is interesting in itself as well, isn't it? But I'm pretty sure we'll be stopped here as well, in the same way we got stopped when we got too close to Garrelia. But we can technically go to the shrine. Definitely something I want to check out in between episodes, but I don't think it's worth going back there. I don't see anyone else here, so we can just walk over to the proving ground instead of going back into the Courageous to fly to the proving grounds, because it's way too close now. So let's make our way over. Ooh, chest.
Huh, that treasure chest looks really nice.
A crystal blood, thank you very much. So it is worth it. I see another chest in the distance as well. Good. Well, it's good that we had a little bit of a closer look around.
With my little eye, the goods.
Adamantine shield, which is always very nice. And we still see the shield over at Crossbell, which we will see once we fight our way through Cold Steel 2, which we still have plenty of episodes left to do. Can we actually... we can't get in these holes, can we? Yeah. It is still an impressive sight, knowing how what this place looked like before we got here. Travel to Garrelia Proving Ground? Yes, please. Where you can meet up with Greg. Alright, let's do a round. And of course, for as last, we'll get into the... For last, we're going into the Proving Grounds, because we know that Monica, I think, is here. Which we do want to add to our roster, of course. But let's talk to the people outside first. We're lagging a bit behind in gathering and delivering supplies, so Sergeant Major Emmons and I are helping out. We're pretty short on manpower right now, even with the 5th Division guys pitching in. Speaking of the Sergeant Major, he should be back by now. Yeah, I know. In wartime, it is not easy. Ooh. Oh, what's up, guys? Long time no see. Rex? This is the last place I thought I'd find you. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, but I've been following the Imperial Army around and getting up close photos of war. But I hear the stuff you guys been getting up to is even crazier. Oh? You've heard? I don't know if I'd say if you've been doing is any crazier than getting photos on the battlefield. Well, sounds like you've been putting in a lot of legwork. Anyway, given that we just happened to run into each other and you know what we're doing, want to join the Courageous? Me? On the Courageous, seriously. Well, we could always use more people. The more the merrier. You really know how to tempt a guy. But nah, I'll pass. Maybe another day. Nah? What do you mean, nah? Well, look, I've been through a lot of things into what I can do to help this country when it's slowly sinking into hell like this. Then I realized I'm a cameraman. With all the media control, I'm one of the few people who can capture the truth of this war. And I could do that way better on the battlefield next to the army and the RMP than I could ever do on the Courageous, so sorry. I see. You've clearly given your choice a lot of consideration. I respect that. Cool. We're done here? Good luck with your stuff though. It's been neat to follow. I'll be doing my thing down on the ground. Alright then. Just don't get too gutsy out there on the battlefield. While you guys are flying around up high, I'll be putting in work as a war photographer down below. My next subject? Why, that lovely lady in uniform over there, of course. Do you even know what a war photographer does? Yeah, get into trouble without being caught. So Rex is perfect for that. But yeah, sadly, there are apparently students that doesn't want to join our cause. Yeah, if he needs help from us, he can rummage around on the ground himself. She really is flawless commanding officer. Nothing gets past her, especially when it comes to tanks. If something on the tanks isn't done the way she wants it, she'll do it herself. And the work is first rate too. We need to stay on top of everything so she won't overwork herself. It sure has been busy around here lately. No sooner does one operation wrap up, that another one just about ready to go. I'm getting by though. It helps that I've got a list of good meals and you can eat with one hand as you work. This is one of my favorites. Wanna try to make it for yourself? Ooh, thank you very much. A veggie burger? Or is the tomato on top of a burger? I am very intrigued. Those provincial army guys can't get it through their thick skulls, even after we've beaten them this many times. We've been stuck in this deadlock for over 3 weeks now, and soldiers on both sides are getting pretty tired of it. I'm going to have to make sure the troops remain vigilant and don't make any careless mistakes. Well, giving them a bunch of tomato burgers definitely will help. Alright, having said that, let's check out our burgers straight away. Ooh. Does that mean we're gonna have another recipe at Zender Gate, or did we miss something? I did read the book last time, right? Yeah, the crackers. We did. Well, I'm gonna rest assured that we'll probably still find it somewhere. Do we want to give it a try?
It's cooking power hour. Yay, it's ready.
Yeah, we might not have the right party members for that one at the moment.
It's Fee's cooking power hour. Better than expected.
Okay, let's give this a try.
You think it would be Elliot's turn to make something like that?
I could certainly use the practice. That came out rather well.
Sure, I'd love to.
A normal tomato burger?
It looks great if I do say so myself.
You don't like the recipe, come on.
Sure, I'd love
don't show
to.
us a sad smiley and then make a perfect Kaiser burger.
This looks like it'll taste great.
Alright, well, we can force a horrendous one. We just can't force a perfect one, so we need to find who is the perfect tomato burger eater. We'll find that person. Oh, that's all of them accounted for. Good. I need to keep what's left of the 5th Division in order. If I don't, who will? Bearing a few exceptions like me, the 5th Armored Division was completely wiped out during the attack on Garrelia Fortress. Out of the survivors, I happen to be the highest in rank. That's why it's my duty to look after all the survivors and keep the division in line. If I don't, who will? Well, as a good reason as any, if I ever heard one. Alright, who's gonna be here in the resting area? Anything we can interact with? No? Oh, it's good to see Rex back in camp again. He always makes me laugh whenever he's here. He keeps calling me an angel of the battlefield for some reason. He's probably just joking around to keep my spirits up, but honestly, I appreciate it. And we wouldn't could use all of boost in times like these. I need to pull myself together. I don't want people to feel like they have to go out of their way for me like that. Most of the 5th Division survivors ended up deserting the army after what happened. I can't really say I blame them either. I thought about it too, but I feel like the chance has passed me by for now. Sorry, that must have sounded pathetic, huh? I'm a soldier, and soldiers know the job comes with risk. I need to get my act together. Yeah, but if you're looking at something right in front of you disappear in one flash of light, I can imagine being a little bit, let us say, held back about it. In other words, I would hesitate to stay as well. Right. Let's go to the other side first. I wanna keep Crag for the last, because it's the area-specific quest. I want him too in our party.
Ugh, no matter where I look, I can't find a thing. Why won't this war hurry up and fizzle out already?
Hey Monk, still here I see?
Oh, it's you guys. Nice to see that you're all happy and healthy.
Nice to see you're alive at least? Anyway, we've got something to ask you. Right now, we're trying to gather up Academy students to help us fight aboard the Courageous, so we were wondering.
Nope, not in the mood. Not right now anyway. As you know, I'd normally jump at the chance. We all know how much material it would give me. But there's nothing but news on the radio these days. So what's the point of sending in material? Who'll read it? Why even look?
Sure. Well, I'll give you some space then. Oh well.
Guess we'll just have to come back some other time. Why can this war be over already? Why get material if there's nobody to send it to?
There's no way he's going to join us right now the way he is. I guess we just need to try again another day. So, is it going to be that there are no students we can recruit outside of the quests? Because that would be a bit sad. Because I was thinking more of like Suikoden, that the more students you collect, the bigger your force will be and the higher chances are you will come out victorious. So this is all fixed at the moment, it seems, but well, it's still very early to tell, so we can still hope there is something we can gain from this.
I heard you're operating the Courageous with a crew comprised solely of students. So you think that just because you've got the backing of royalty, you're above fighting for one of the factions? Some people might condone that approach, but not me. You need a clear stance on where you stand in this war, and stick to it. War is no place for the vain idealisms of youth. You'll see that yourself soon enough. War makes for a much harsher, less forgiving environment than you think it does. I suggest you give some thought to where you really stand while you still have the opportunity to do so.
Well, I think our stance was pretty clear. We help anybody that's in need of it. Thanks to the RMP, we're at least able to refresh our stores and supplies somewhat. We don't usually get much in the way of new ingredients though, so my biggest challenge is making good use of what I have. It's a worthwhile challenge, keeps me busy. As the man in charge of meals, the kitchen is my battlefield, and I intend to do justice to the 4th Division's reputation. The pots I use here are my very own, in fact. I carefully choose them from their quality, and I'll make the most of them. Good on you, boy. Good on you. Quartz, customized weapons. No new master quartz. Seems like all shops have been aligning themselves. So you don't see the word a set, which then means it would be a unique one. Refill the products. Ooh, a cheesy omelette. Not bad. An omelette that melts in the mouth. I can't wait to make something like that myself.
Laura, and the rest of Class 7 too.
I've been looking forward to seeing you again for quite some time now, Monica. I'm so glad to see you safe and sound.
Oh, same to you. I've been so worried all this time. But I'm happy to see you were able to find the rest of your classmates.
Yeah, we all finally got back together in Legram, not too long ago actually. But we didn't come here to tell you that. There's actually something we wanted to ask you. Rean explained that they were looking for other Thor students to fight on the Courageous alongside them.
Me? Fight as part of the Courageous crew? I'm glad you took the time to come out and find me, but I can't imagine I prove all that useful to you. I may be a military academy student, but I'm not exactly a natural brawler, especially compared to you, Laura.
Oh, you don't have to take up the sword to come and fight with us, though. Rean's right. Even in the military, not every soldier stands on the front lines with a gun in hand. Success comes from all kinds of people making the most of their talents to strengthen the group as a whole. And speaking personally, having you with us would really put me at ease, allowing me to fight at my very best.
Well, I have picked up some skills helping out with the cooking and some other basic tasks here at camp. I don't know how much that knowledge will really help you, but I'll do all I can to lend a hand with whatever needs doing on board.
I look forward to having you on our side, Monica. Glad to have you along. Definitely. Cause we still have original crew members that need to be replaced. Monica was welcomed aboard the Courageous. One more to go on that front at least. Good. Alright, that leaves Greg as last. Let's see what we can help him with. Do you have business with the Lieutenant General? I'm sure he'll be overjoyed to see all of you, especially with Elliot in tow. Feel free to head on in. Do you have business with the Lieutenant General? Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we took Elliot with us, because we know we'd be here, and with Elliot behind us, we'd get into everything. Okay, so 3 people we could talk to. I just think it means it doesn't matter who we approach. Oh, Elliot, did you see my request?
Oh, sure did, Dad. You want us to help you find a missing civilian, right? Although, it looks as though you're busy with a meeting. Should we come back at a little bit later?
Oh, please, don't hold back on our account. We're certainly busy, but that's all the more reason to get this taken care of. He's right. It was because we don't have the time to handle it ourselves that we called you to begin with. What's more, wasn't your platoon who took that civilian in to begin with, Cole?
Oh, yes, sir. My men are in charge of patrolling the area and taking any civilian found wandering it into our safe custody. The one we called you all about was found wandering the highway a few days ago. Well, after that, he remained in base camp without causing any trouble. Until this morning, when he just simply disappeared. We haven't had the faintest clue where he is.
As I said earlier, we don't have the time to look for him, but even so, we can't very well sit back and twiddle our thumbs. That was why we chose to call you.
Ah, I see.
Sounds like the perfect job for us.
Yep, fits us to a T.
My thoughts exactly. As such, I'd like you to entrust the task to you if you're willing. So, how about it?
Of course we take it. That's why we're here. I don't think this is something we could ignore in good conscience, so we'd be happy to accept.
Ah, excellent. I'll leave the finding him to you then.
It is possible that someone here in camp may have seen him leave. Perhaps asking around may be a good place to start. Well, that sounds like a good idea. Thanks, Captain.
Other than that, I'll leave it to you to decide how to best approach this. But if the provincial army decides to attack, withdraw to safety immediately. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Alright, who can we talk to about this?
Well, that civilian stood out a fair bit in the base camp too. You might find out something about where he could have gone if you ask around.
I wish we could help, but I'm afraid we simply don't have the time. I'll leave everything to you. I'm sure you'll be fine even without us. Well, we destroyed 7 of them just this week. The provincial army must be getting frustrated by now. Now might be a good time to advance to the next phase of our plan.
Well, we can't underestimate the soldat's mobility. If they catch us off guard, that could be the end of us.
We can't simply stay holed up here forever either. We need to formulate some kind of plan, and soon. And who knows? Once we extract all the students, maybe we can participate in the battle as well? Ah, you're looking for the civilian who was here, sirs? He spent most of his time wandering around the camp, always struck me as a man who would inadvertently stumble into trouble.
Really? You wouldn't happen to have any idea where he could be now, would you?
Well, I'm afraid not. I wish I could be a little more helpful.
Alright then. Thank you for your time.
That civilian was always wandering around looking restless, as though he were looking for something. I have no clue what he may have been searching for though. An item? A person? I wonder.
Ah, you're looking for the civilian who was here, I believe. I hope this sudden disappearance doesn't confirm the suspicions I had about him being a spy.
I'm sure there's much evidence pointing in that direction right now. But either way, do you remember when you last saw him?
Ah, just this morning actually. He was stranding off in a corner of the camp muttering to himself. Couldn't make out what he was saying, but it seemed like he was looking for someone.
That doesn't give us much to go on that would prove helpful in finding him. Yeah, that means that maybe we need to find the corners and see in which one it was that he was standing. There is maybe some text in the shop and the resting area. Ah, you're looking for a civilian, right?
Yes.
He did come around every time we were serving a meal. He seemed kind of pitiable, really. He spilled his soup a few times and always gave this odd, insincere smile when he did. Oh, right. Do you remember when you last saw him around? This morning breakfast, actually. Haven't seen him since, but who knows when he'll pop in again. Alright, well, thanks for your time. Not much luck here either. Well, there's one more place we can check. And I'm gathering we'll get a fake answer there as well. Because I think we probably need to go onto the highway and just check the place out, see if we can find him. Oh, you're looking for the young man who's in camp at the moment? Yes, he does come here from time to time. He always seems so sad. I tried to strike up a conversation with him this one time, thinking I'd cheer him up. And it did too. He went out seeming all cheerful and motivated afterwards. Sounds like we're dealing with a pretty simple-minded guy here, doesn't it? You wouldn't happen to know where he might be now, would you? Oh, sorry, but I'm afraid not. Well, we don't have much time to go on then. Well, the civilian you're looking for always seems sulky and frankly kind of miserable. My guess is he's been going through a few harrowing experiences of his own. But I'm afraid I couldn't tell you where he might be now. Again, I say check the highways. One more person with potential info. Phew, that was a tough job. Who? I wasn't expecting to find you here, Elliot. Hi, would you mind if we ask you something? After confirming it was okay, they asked Sergeant Major Emmons if he had seen the civilian. Oh, he's missing, is he? Well, I did actually see him roughly an hour ago. Really? Where did you see him? Well, he was heading in the direction of the fortress. I couldn't tell you more than that, though. What would he be doing there? Indeed, I can imagine what business a civilian would have in the ruins of a fortress. It seems our destination is set. Yeah, let's go after him. Thank you for the information, sir. Oh, it was nothing. Best of luck on finding him. Well, maybe he lost friends or family in the attack on the fortress and he's just there looking for evidence on where to find them. Well, this is all that is left of Garrelia Fortress. It is a shocking sight. It is not as though we had any real personal attachment to this fortress, but to see this happen to it. Still, this is no time to be feeling overwhelmed by the scenery. We need to focus on finding that missing civilian, so how about we start by combing this area? Hopefully we'll find him soon. That felt like some kind of distortion in this area. Maybe it was just my imagination? Is there something or someone magical here? Don't see anything by sight? Ooh. Wait, is there someone over there by the tank? I hope he's not in trouble with the provincial army. We'll be sure to help him if he is, but still. Oh, you're those Thor students. What are you doing here? Well, we could come under attack at any time. I'd suggest you hurry back to base camp where it's safe. Well, actually, we're here looking for someone. They told the soldiers about the missing civilian and asked if they had seen him. A missing civilian? Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. Well, we just came back from patrolling the by road. I didn't see anyone there, at the very least. Sounds like he must be somewhere in this fortress then. Let's keep up the search. Thank you both for your assistance. Okay, so this was more to narrow it down. The provincial army has been more aggressive than ever lately. I'd seriously suggest you get yourself back to base camp where it's safer. We just returned from patrolling the byroad. We didn't see any civilians there either. Wherever they are, I doubt they're over there. Alright, so they are somewhere on this ground. Will there be an indicator? Ooh. This is interesting. That is something we definitely want to do. A spiritual presence is emanating from the chest. Fee and Sarah, monster level 76. If you want a little beer and get a pint glass, if you want more, a tankard, but if you want to really get smashed, pour it into a Velocine. Okay, so we are level 77, roughly, so it is about where we are. We just have to get Sarah with us, which should not be a problem. Let us first get a civilian, and then we can figure out how and when to do that chest. I'd rather do it as soon as possible, using our S-crafts and other item skills that we have in order to make it. It does help that we now are making a thorough search in search of the person, so it's not a bad thing indeed. Now we'll have to look at every nook and cranny if we... Ooh, there it is. Is it Anton? Huh. I can't find him anywhere. I even came all the way to this scary looking place to find him. Ricky, where are you? If you dare say something. Could this be... Yeah, I think this is our guy. Wait, he actually looks kind of familiar. Who are you? Wait, I know you. You're those students who helped me out a few months back. Ha, come on, don't tell me you've forgotten me. You came to my aid when I was all lost by Oroc's fort. I remember now. That was back during our field study at Breahard. Your name is Anton, right? From Liberal? Oh, he was the one who escorted back to the city. I almost forgotten about that. We saw him in a few other places too, but I guess he hasn't been home to Liberal since. We should probably ask him what he's doing here. Yeah, he's looking for his friend who he's been traveling with for a very long time. Ah, so you came here looking for a friend you were separated from just before the war broke out. Yeah, Ricky went to Heimdallr all on his own, and right after that, it got occupied by the Alliance. I've been all over the place looking for him, even to Heimdallr station, but I can't find him anywhere. I'm so sorry, Ricky. If only I'd gone with you. Ah, I see. That is quite worrying. Yeah, I know as well as anyone what it feels like to not know where your loved ones are. Elise. It's really scary seeing what's going on over in Crossbell. The lost girl to win my heart is still there too. Oh, Fran, please be okay. You may have turned me down, but I'll never forget your beautiful smile. Well, regardless, now we know what you're doing here. I still don't think you should be coming to places this dangerous without some type of permission though. This area could become a battleground at the moment's notice. We should get you back to base camp. I suppose you're right. I can't say I like this place very much anyway. And it's not like I'm gonna find Ricky here, so I don't mind coming with you. We'd appreciate that. Okay, we've done our part, so let's tell the Lieutenant General we found him. Yes, and get our reward. Okay. Well, Anton is resting in a mess hall at the moment. He's been warned not to cause any more trouble, so he should hopefully behave from now on. Ah, I see. You've done all a fine job. Agreed. I couldn't be more pleased with the results. And it sounds as though you didn't find him a moment too soon. What do you mean? Well, we received a report of an unidentifiable large monster appearing not long ago. Inside Garrelia Fortress, known as... Unidentifiable? Is it some new species? It's a cryptid. It must only have appeared too, because we didn't see anything like that when we were there. Correct on both accounts. In truth, this isn't the first time this has happened. We've been receiving reports of strange monsters appearing out of nowhere in various locations for several days now. Could they be cryptids? That's likely due to the chaos in Erebonia becoming all the greater. And if that is the cause, it is very possible the same thing is happening all over the country. We would like to take care of the problem ourselves, but unfortunately we simply don't have the spare manpower. It pains to leave them be, but we have no choice until the war situation is settled down to some degree. This is just one more reason Erebonia has become an increasingly dangerous land. I suggest you remain vigilant if you intend to continue your travels. Well, we'll be sure to do so, sir. Good. In lighter news, please take this as thanks for helping us out today. Panzer Goggles. What you've done was only possible because you chose to remain neutral. We'll be counting on you if anything else should come up. We'll be happy to help. Feel free to get in touch if you ever need us. Quest without leave completed. Alright, perfect. You did a fine job. If anything like that crops up again, we know exactly who to call upon. Still, as you know, this war is becoming more dangerous by the day. So I suggest you all remain vigilant during your travels. Okay, so what I want to do now is go... You probably are thinking the exact same thing as me, and that is... Let's go back to the fortress. Check out the light. Maybe we can find it, beat it, get some reward for it. And yeah, I definitely want to do that. But what I want to do first is I want to pick up Sarah. That way, once we checked out the light, we can also do the trial chest. Because I don't want to leave any trial chest behind. Because it helps us make better combos with other party members as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the Courageous, pick up Sarah, deck her out with the current equipment. And of course, check out her course to see if it's up to date. And of course charge her CP if necessary, so we are ready to take on the trial and potentially equip it there in Garrelia Fortress on the next episode. So until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are, and if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we go hunt down some cryptids. See you then, bye bye.